He's going to go into that WNBA
and then never be heard of again.
Or care, yeah.
And never be heard of again.
Might as well fall into a black hole.
We've seen this story over and over and over again, and I for the life of me, I can't understand why it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and
because
I don't know
the product
why.
of women's basketball is not good.
But why is
you
it good in
women,
college?
It's not. It's a catchy story that they throw down our throats. That's what it is. They just drive this crap.
Well, the WNBA needs to carry the story. They need to do a better job.
The story dies because the basketball's bad. It's not entertaining. Nobody sits there and goes, "Hey, what's on TV today? NBA game, WNBA. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go with the WNBA."
But you have to, regardless of that, you have to capitalize off of that notoriety that these women are amassing after their college career. This is the day to talk about WNBA pay.
Did forget that too.
No.
Talentless scrubs.
Hey, leave out Caitlin Clark in this.
She's a scrub too.
Oh my gosh. But anyhow.
Come on. You really into that?
Yeah. Did you see what she's doing?
Hitting a bunch of threes against girls.
It's a competition.
It's not that impressive. I mean,
it is somewhat. You know what? Because we pretty much wrapped up the teacher thing anyhow, but it is impressive. But you know what I think about it all the time, and because now it's the Caitlin Clark train. Everybody's on the Caitlin Clark thing, and they're on ESPN. Oh, she's the best I've seen since or whatever.
And she's gonna go into that WNBA
and then never be heard of again.
Or care, yeah.
And never be heard of again.
Might as well fall into a black hole.
We've seen this story over and over and over again, and I for the life of me, I can't understand why it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and
because
I don't know
the product
why.
of women's basketball is not good.
But why
is
it good in college?
It's not. It's a catchy story that they throw down our throats. That's what it is. They just drive this crap.
Well, the WNBA needs to carry the story. They need to do a better job.
The story dies because the basketball's bad. It's not entertaining. Nobody sits there and goes, "Hey, what's on TV today? NBA game, WNBA. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go with the WNBA."
But you have to, regardless of that, you have to capitalize off of that notoriety that these women are amassing after their college career. Because every year it's a new hot story. You know what I mean? The best to do it was the tall girl who dunked a couple of times. Help me out with the dreads.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah. She carried a little bit in WNBA to where you can.
But we talked about her
specifically
in the past. That's the thing. I remember her at Baylor.
Yeah.
I watched a game or two in a tournament, and I could not tell you right now what team she ever played. What team she ever played for? No, I mean seriously, in the WNBA, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's just not important.
But they have to do a better job of making it interesting.
I don't think you can.
I grew up playing basketball. I still play basketball. I will not watch
WNBA.
Yeah.
But you'll catch the college if it becomes interesting. You'll catch on to a college women's basketball story, like this Caitlin Clark.
Because I think it's a spoon-fed story.
I'm not going to follow it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
and then it's going to go away.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
And, so I don't care.
But I don't know why. I mean, I understand why. But this is why publicists and people with this is why they get paid. This is why they earn their money. They have to find a way to keep it interesting, because it is interesting. This Caitlin Clark story.
That's what I'm saying.
For people,
is it really?
Yeah, because people are paying attention to it. People are tweeting
but
about it. People are making posts about it. People are watching it. The ratings are fairly, they're good for what it is.
But what I'm telling you is we are being force-fed this. They jumped on it last year, and they just keep stoking that fire and that intrigue, and that's it. But where does it go? She goes into the draft. Unless she literally lights up the league and puts up Pistol Pete numbers, nobody's going to care. If she goes into the league and becomes an all-star level player, drops 22 points a game and 5 assists, who's going to give a damn?
Did we cared about Taurasi a little bit, didn't we?
No. No, I mean, not on any big scale. Like, if you like basketball, okay, well, who's the best women's player in the world? Oh, Taurasi. The other girl, Moore, who left the league, she got more attention post-UConn for quitting basketball and marrying a guy out of jail than she did for anything in the WNBA.
Right. But she was a huge story in college, too. That's another one.
But that's my point.
But yeah, I
like,
understand.
there's stories in college that, like, and again, maybe because, I mean, it's just, every year, I mean, like, Cheryl Swoops when she was at Texas Tech.
Yeah,
But it's force-fed. We get into March, and they start talking about some girl that's something special, but it just doesn't go anywhere.
But they are balling out. I think a part of the reason also is that I guess the WNBA is more competitive than I mean, of course it is, right?
It is.
And they get there and they're not, I guess because they're not dominating in that same way.
That's my point. If Caitlin Clark goes into the WNBA and drops Pistol Pete numbers, like 40 points a game.
But it has to be almost immediately. Like, she can't have
you
this.
You can't have a lag. There's no build-up.
Yeah, it can't be
because that whole
she doesn't
thing,
have time to develop like a
it's
Wemby.
this contrived attention that has us right now, and then it's like, then again, you go into the draft. If you don't do something ridiculous immediately, the story moves on. They'll be talking about the next chick coming through college.
Well, again, this is my suggestion. One is always been
play naked.
Yeah, yes, play in lingerie, and that is the answer. But alternative answer is make the game in a way where you force feed these freshman stars in, and you give them the rock and give them the highest usage rates possible to make them successful. So that way the story can carry. I think
the reality is they're probably not that good to do that when they get to the WNBA.
Maybe not, but
and then what? Like, so then what?
Well, you fucking lose. Nobody cares if you win or lose anyway.
What I'm saying, like, so then you get the eyeballs to watch Caitlin, Clark's first, couple games.
Take 30 shots a game.
And she's, 5 for 21 from the field. And I was like, dude, I could do that at the fucking rack.
Well, the story was going to die anyway, but you got to let it try.
No.
It's my thing.
Stop
They
trying.
get in and they try to make it like, oh, this rookie has to go through the whatever, the ringer, and you have to learn the game. No. I'm the reason why anybody's watching this game, if there is a soul watching this game. Give me the ball and get out my goddamn way.
You just have to accept what you are in the entertainment spectrum.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like a niche thing that just do the best you can with what you have and hope that there's people attracted to watching that. The reality is it's going to be a small audience. It's going to remain a small audience.
All right. Caitlin, you have been talked about on the podcast. Let's move along.
Check
here.
that box.